So we have here part 2 of the week 2 with the 12 NFL scores. My thoughts in each game. So we have the Lions took down the Detroit Lions took down the New York Giants 34-27. And the Lions were not as good of a team as people think, I mean, last year they were a lot better than this year. This year they're not as good. They lost a few games. No, this season. I mean, this year they lost to the Green Bay Packers. And they lost to Kansas City Chiefs. And they lost to Minnesota Vikings. And they lost to Philadelphia Eagles. So, not as good as people as they used to be. I mean, they're still not a bad team, but last year they had the 15-2 record, and they lost in their first playoff game. So, getting the conference bye. So, yeah, it just shows you that I mean, yeah. But this year they're not as good, but I mean, I don't know. I still think there's have a shot and make playoffs. I mean, I'll probably make playoffs, but I don't think they'll maybe necessarily win the whole thing. Win the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl, see. I don't know if they'll do that, but never know though. Yeah, we never know though. Oh yeah, we have. Not Lions winning that one. It's one of those gunslingers. We might see 50% accuracy from 50% completion percentage. But it might throw you 4 touchdowns, a couple touchdowns. And a couple of interceptions, it'll make it entertaining, yeah, at least, and deep balls are low accuracy, but he's a deep ball thrower, and you could see that, 18 30, 106 yards, 2 touchdown interception. Jared Goff, 24-2 returns and 2 touchdown interception. And you had T.J.C. Jr., 20 carries for 6 yards. Amir Gibbs, 15 carries, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. So you had a lot of big runs, too. And then W. Robinson, 956. 156 yards, a touchdown. I'm going to say around 9 receptions, 140 yards, a touchdown. And then 14 for 47. We're in the and you had Dijon, 3 for 47. G. 3 for 68. 2 for 42 for Addon. And still 1 for 33. Lane 1 for 23. Runs. Montgomery 5 for 18. You had J. Gibbs 4 for 45. 2 for receiving, 2 for 37. Raymond 2 for 29. Montgomery 2 for 19. Then the first quarter, the Giants were up 10-0. Their 39-yard pass for W. Robinson, right? And then the extra point, and the 20-yard field goal to end the quarter. And then on the 11-yard touchdown to from Jared Goff, and the extra point, and then Jay Winston catched by Hodgins for 2 yards. And then that was the 17-7 game at the extra point. And then Jay Goff to Jay Gibbs for 3 yards in the extra point to get 17-14. And then 44 and 30 senior field goals to make it 20-17. And then G In the fourth quarter, there's no score in the third. In the fourth, G goes to Whiskey, short pass up to, and that was a J Winston catch and run. And with a short play, 3-yard. Next one was good. And Jay Gibbs a 49-yard rush. 10 feet. That's 27 for next play. 50-yard field goal. That's it. And then the Giants could do nothing. Third possession. And 10 ran out, and they went to overtime. And then Jay Gibbs rush right tackle for 16 yards. So after their return, got a big 16-yard rushing touchdown. And then both teams now in overtime, they had to be forward to where only it used to be like only a field goal. The first team to get the ball, score any points would win. Then they did to where. And then you just see a lot of teams like score down in field range, like 30 yards, 40-yard field goal, kick it and win the game. That'd be kind of like, yeah, it'd be really quick. And then they would do it to where, and then you had it to where you need a touchdown to win the game. A field goal would not do it. Field goal would extend the game to give the other team possession. Then they did to where now they have it where both teams have the possession. Just like overtime. Just like in the playoffs a couple years ago. That where both teams got the ball in the playoffs. Now they're just keeping the same rules and regulation. Because of that one playoff game. The Bills and the Chiefs playoff game. When both teams got the chance to the ball, that's kind of what it is, Like, people were like, both teams should have gotten the ball. And everything, and like the fans and everything was saying, like, I wish both teams had that one chance. Because that game was really a good game. So. And then, yeah, the NFL took that into account and they did that for playoffs. And now they're just doing it for the regular season. So, makes it 30, so the Giants, 34-27. Giants are not, or the Lions are not a bad team, they're just, and Kimball can be a little too aggressive though too. That could hurt him. So, and then can lose to teams or not. Anyone thinks they lose or, so, who knows, I don't know. Anyway, the Chicago Bears beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-28. Mason Rudolph was in for this game. 24-31. 110 yards, a touchdown reception. K. Williams 19-35, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, 10 carries from Nature's. Cameron Gabe 12 carries, 48 yards, a touchdown. Kawhi in third, 4 reception for 360. Gmar 5 for 64 and 2 touchdowns. Then receiver. Then you have Juju Warren 18 for 68. You have the rushers. The game was 6 for 30. You get back 5 for 22. Mission 2 for 22. You scroll on it. 1 for 10. Jason 3 for 10. P for Emerald 3 for 19. And you had C. Williams 4 for 10. Burn the third 1 for 15. Just a 3 for 15. And Roman Jones 3 for 53. And then 4 for 45. 9. Burning 3 for 46. And Joseph 1 for 14. And yeah. So not a bad win for the Pittsburghs. Or for the Chicago Bears. I was watching this game after the Minnesota Vikings game was over on the other channel on CS. In the CS tonight area. And I really want to watch Indianapolis at Kansas City. Now I'm watching this. That's not a bad game either. It really wasn't. Aaron Rodgers was trying to go out. They won. Aaron Rodgers couldn't go out this game. It was still not a bad game for Rudolph. Yeah, Steven pass rate short to me. 50 more favorites next one. Nicky Metcalf 6 yards. See about the extra was good. Then a T Watt forced from a fumble set for TJ Watt and TJ Watt forced a strip set fumble and Herbig recovered a touchdown in the end, recovered the ball in the end zone, and then that was Pittsburgh touchdown. C Buzz extra was good, and C Loveland 2-yard catch from Evans, and the Carlos until 6 was good. Then you had 21-14 after the touch, 1 yard right in touchdown for J1. It was offsides, but didn't matter because it was touchdown. Chris Boswell made the extra, and then 40-yard field goal. Make it 21-17. Then 24-21 as the made 24-yard catch for Q. They're in the offside. The Americans are touchdown. And coming on, got rush record for 2 yards touchdown, and they made it 21-31. Mason Rudolph, the 3-yard pass to Pat Farmer. Catch by Pat Farmer. And that was 23-1. And then Chris Boswell extra was good. Then the Bears. They had stopped the Bears, They were kind of went back and forth for a little bit. And then the Pits had the ball with like about a minute 40-ish. Yeah, that. Man, got the ball upfield. But they were just doing a little dink and dunks, but trying to get some yards up the field. And they were just outside the field goal range, just barely. Alright, just needed a few more yards. They had to get the first down in order to have a field goal chance. And the ball was tipped at the line. The ball was batted down. The ball was hit. And that was the game. No. Chicago with a huge win. Then and the New England Patriots defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 26-3. Joe Burrow looks like he's going to be able to come back for Thursday night football. Thanksgiving night football on NBC. Looks like he's going to be able to come back because the Thursday night football package is actually Black Friday game. But yeah, Thursday night, so yeah. 26-20. New England Patriots defeat the Cincinnati Bengals. And that's not a bad game though. Rather than New England. Cincinnati. I just came up a little short. But New England has tied, has the best record now. Technically because they have 2 losses. But yeah, it's a good solid team. And there are a few teams in the National Football League with 2 losses. They're at the top. So they're a really solid team. 10-2. And they're proving that they can be a dangerous team in the playoffs. And you had Drake May 22-35. For a touchdown interception. DeFalco 19-37. Hurley 3 touchdown interception. T. Henderson 18 for 66 yards. C. Brown 19 for 107. Journey 7 for 115 touchdown. A. Elias 4 for 61. And you had May 5 for 22. 1 for 14 for Doug's. Andre Stevenson, 6 for 5. Jennings, Rushman yards. Then you had Hooper, 3 for 35. 90 Diggs, 1 for 37. Matt Collins, 2 for 3. 7 Diggs, 2 for 20. Williams, 1 for 18. Harrison, 1 for 15. Keep and for the Bengals, you had not very much rushing on the C-Run. And you had Second 4 35. Keegan's 5 for 31. And Tinsley 2 for 20. C-Run 2 for 23. You got 1 for Never M. Fan. Diaz. So in the first quarter, it was early. It was all. Then it was 3-0. In the first quarter, 54-yard field goal. And then it was Dream Man pass intercept G-Storm. And they ran it back 30 yards for a touchdown. Next play was good to make it 10-0. And the D-May 28-yard touchdown pass to H100. And then Jay Flacco intercepted Cincinnati 30 yard. And then Jones recovered it. And the extra point was good to make it 14-10. The 41-yard field goal, 63-yard field goal late. It's 17-13. And a 45-yard field goal in the third quarter, 20-13. Then 19-yard field goal, 23-13. That was a Jay Flacco pass. Dylan. Then Tinsley for 27 yards to make it 23-13. Abe Boring Dallas, 50-yard field goal with 151 left to make it 26-13. That's a solid solid game. Yeah, it's a solid game. Not bad game. Not a bad win for New England. I mean, that's not against the top team, but still, they fought back. They fought their way back. And they played, not bad though. Not the best, but not bad though. And then it was a good game. That was a good win for New England. Because they get to 10 wins. First team with 10 wins. But that's because they have their, they have the latest possible buy or off, whatever you want to call it. But they have the latest possible one, which is week 14. And the Thanksgiving, it's the week after Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving week, the week of the Thanksgiving Day games is 3 on Thanksgiving Day, the one on Black Friday. You don't have any buys. Especially now that they added a Black Friday game. They still have their normal one though. Sunday night football, Monday night football. So you have 6 big national games. And then you have 12 other teams. Yeah, that's 12 teams, and you have 20 other teams. So you have 10 games on Sunday afternoon, 5 on Fox, 5 on CBS in the 2 windows. So that's what they're trying to do. So yeah, at least have some. If they had a few buys. I mean, maybe you could have 2 buys with no Black Friday game. But I think they're trying to do it so you get the same amount, pretty much, of like 5. At least 5 games in each channel for the 2 windows, and then you get, then you could have like 6 buys, up to 6 buys. So, or 4 buys, I guess. Spreads with buys. So make it 4 per week. So, and we have Cleveland Browns. They defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 24-10 with Shedeur Sanders' first start in his NFL career. Last Sunday's game on the 16th, he had to come in for Dylan Gabriel. But this week, Shedeur Sanders, son of Deion Sanders, and he showed up. He didn't have to throw the ball the most. 11 of 20 only. 200 yards, a touchdown reception. not the most efficient, but for your first ever start, being in starting the season as a third teamer, not too bad. Smith, 38th, 44, 25th, touchdown. He was like a mid-round draft. He was like a 4th, 5th round draft pick too. A mid-late round draft pick. Starting to be later in the draft, so. Hugh Jenkins, 16 carries, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ashley, 17 carries, 50 yards. D. Sampson, 2 receptions, 15 yards, touchdown. Alaka, 4 catches for 56 yards. And then you had D. Simpson, 7 for 23. H. Van Jr., 1 for 4. And then the other 3 last year. Then Amon, 2 for 8. Isaiah Bond, I believe, 2 for 8. Jeff Van Jr., 4 for 40. Jerry Judy, 1 for 38. And Corley, 1 for 8. C. Tillman, 1 for 5. And then Smith, right, and then Mostert, 2 for 8. And Ashley kept receiving 8 for 58. Brock Bowers, 6 for 55. That was for 36. G. Tucker, 3 for 20. And so, yeah. So, you got 2 for 18, 1 for 14, 1 for 14. So, the Browns defense really showed up in this one. They really showed up in that one. They were all in the field for a while, but they were playing really well. And Q Jenkins, 8-yard touchdown rush. And the 2-yard touchdown rush, make a 14-0 in the first quarter. Andy Carlson, 40-yard field goal attempt to make a 14-3. Then a 53-yard field goal attempt by Saints. And then the fourth, and then then Joe Sanders. Or Shadow Sanders, by the way. I said Shadow Sanders. But Shadow Sanders. 66-yard pass to D. Sampson. And a short pass and then catch and run. And that was his first NFL touchdown pass of his career. 24-3. And Dillon Gabriel, it looked like he was okay to play, I guess. If he's okay to play, they're going to stick with Shadow Sanders. And you can see why, though. I mean, yes, he had that one interception, but he was still didn't throw the ball a lot, but was a fish. But wasn't too bad though. The Raiders. No, they're really like this flashes that you see. Maybe they're just gonna like instead of maybe they did well. It's on Gabriel for the amount of games they want to see out of him. Maybe they're gonna give Shadow Sanders that many games and see which quarterback they want to roll maybe going in the 2026 season. Maybe. I mean, so we'll see. But Cleveland Browns fans have some hope. And Cleveland Browns, feeling a little optimistic, And after a loss to the by the Raiders over Cleveland Browns, they fired their offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, who coached at UCLA. And then we have so 4 more games. I'm gonna do it in part 3, but I'm gonna do finish part 2 here. So the Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Arizona Cardinals 27-24 overtime. See, this is what I mean. Sometimes Jacksonville can look pretty good. Other times they cannot. They look really good against the LA Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, but then against the Arizona Cardinals, Arizona almost won it. So, but that's because Trevor Lawrence had 18-30, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jacoby Brissett 33 of 49, 200 yards, a touchdown. Travis Etienne Jr. 15 carries, 86 yards. Carter 5 for 28. He's Strange 5 for 93. Wilson 10 for 118. And then we had Lawrence 5 for 20. 7 for 17. 1 for 2. Then we had E. Washington reception receiving 5 for 7. Jacoby Myers 5 for 1 for 50. Just Ginger 330. Johnny Munt 1 for 12. And then we had the Cardinals. So yeah, you get 3 interceptions. That's not the best. Then you had Brice. And then you had Jacoby Brissett 6 sacks. Trevor Lawrence had 3 sacks too. You had Jacoby Brissett 3 for 20. Z-Knight 2 for 10 for 12. And then you had T. McBride 9 for 78. George 6 for 53. McCarter 4 for 53. Z-Knight 4 for 20. So. And yeah, Trevor Lawrence had a short right pass to touchdown. Complete, so 7 yards. And then Travis Etienne for 15 yards. And then Trevor Lawrence went back to pass. And he was sacked at the Jacksonville 7-yard line. And he fumbled. And it was a Jay Thompson strip sack fumble. And then Nolan recovered at the 7 Jackson and ran it back for a touchdown. It was 7-7. Or a 7-yard touchdown fumble recovery. And CeeLo 50-yard field goal. And Z left tackle for a yard. Left to make it 14. He takes a point. Then T. Lawrence passes to Jacob Myers in the 3rd. 10 yards. Make it 17-14. Then Jacob Brissett. 39-yard pass to Steve George. Should make 21-17. Takes a point. Then T. Lawrence short right pass complete. If you question for 9 yards, make it 24-2. Takes a point. Then T. Ryan 28 field goal. Make it 24-all. And then the first overtime. In the overtime period. 52-yard field goal by Campbell. And that made it 27-24. And then Arizona not getting nothing on their possession. And in Jacksonville wins 27-24. So not a bad game. Not the best game for Jacksonville, but Yost take it. They squeak out with the win. So well, they have 4 more games to go. I'm giving you my thoughts on the Fox late window games. I'm going to give you my thoughts on America's Game of the Week. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts on the other late window game that's not America's Game of the Week. And then the other late window Fox game. And then I'll give you my thoughts on Sunday Night Football as well as Monday Night Football.